They're gonna clean up your looks with all the lies in the books to make a citizen out of.
Hey everyone, so I saw Becky. This was like Home Alone meets Breaking In, but more bloody. Coming from the directors who did Cooties, I was expecting a little bit of comedy in here considering that Kevin James was in it, but no, it was just a straight up thriller. I have to give props to Kevin James, who normally doesn't go for a villain role. He's usually the fat, funny guy, and he's playing a neo-Nazi in this one. Also to Lulu Wilson, who plays our titled character Becky. She is no stranger to the horror genre. Ouija, Origin of Evil, Annabelle Creation, TV's Haunting on Hill House. She usually plays a scared little girl in those projects, but in this one, she mans up faster than Macaulay Culkin. I never thought I'd take someone like Joel McHale seriously as a dad, but props to him. With the exception of Deliver Us from Evil, this might be the most serious role he's ever done. And now, even though I enjoyed it just enough to watch it twice in a day, I had 3 gripes about this film. 1, even though Kevin James did a really good job being a very interesting villain, he was no more of a villain than Patrick Stewart was in The Green Room, and that made him seem so one-note, just waiting for, the final showdown to happen. I mean, he was menacing, but he didn't really do too much. This leads into gripe 2, his goons. They were way too calm for escaped convicts to be so menacing. I mean, if you take a look at Harry and Marv in Home Alone, they were very impatient. They were just wanting to get stuff done. In Becky, some of the goons, when they were going after Becky, they were just wanting to be reasonable, even though they just got done killing one of her dogs when it tried to attack them. They were like, oh, let's come out here and talk about this. Like, what? That didn't make sense. Number 3, Kevin James's character and the rest of his goons are after this key, in which somehow we never see it, but Becky acquires it, and they want it so badly, and I'm not sure if the key was worth something or if it opened up to something, and it's never really explained, even though the ending, Becky is just holding on to it, and you're like, what is it? Its importance? And we never find that out, ever. It's not explained. I admired the dynamic between the father and the daughter, and exactly all this tension building up, and how she's 13 years old. She's going through that whole angsty time. She lost her mother, and, she is not ready to move on and have a new family the way her dad has moved on. And most importantly, for the horror fans who have enjoyed Home Alone just as much as I do, and their sick little fantasies have led up to this, the violence against the bad guys was just uber extreme. And I'm talking about that eyeball sequence should have gone straight to NC-17. I'm very squeamish when it comes to the eye stuff. I mean, just anything. I was just looking away. So cool, so fun, and yet, it's too much to handle. All that vicious, bloody, violent content, I enjoyed it to the very last drop and last kill. So satisfying.
They say